Welcome everybody to another Nair Thoughts review. Welcome to my review of WWE 2K16. Exciting game. I'm a big wrestling fan. Let's get into review. Let's look at the menu. The front menu is phenomenal. Look at this. Look at. No, I'm just kidding. This is a new addition to besides from the 2K15 last year, which was kind of a mediocre one. This is all the creations. This is all the menu, how it looks like. From my community, from my superstar. The creation suite is what people are really raving about. It's really one thing that people are really like talking about. Even I have to say I talk about. I mean, you have creation of create a superstar. You have create a show, create arena, championship, moveset, entrance. And then you have like the matches. You have like the one-on-one. You have all these great matches like Fatal Four Way. I mean, Five Fall Counts Anywhere. TLC. You have a lot of great matches back added into it. You have the triple threat matches on there also, where you go to the steel cage, Hell in the Cell, ladder match, the six man matches, which is a tag team elimination tag, Battle Royal, Hell in the Cell, ladder, and elimination chamber. You could never go wrong with that. The Royal Rumble could go up from 10 superstars to 20 to even 30 superstar, which is pretty cool. Fatal Four Way even does the same thing. You go from ladder match to Hell in the Cell, table TLC, fall counts anywhere. Uh, you know, handicap. I really like the handicap, the two or one on two or two on three. I mean one on three. It's really cool. The two on two steel cage, Hell in the Cell, elimination tornado tag. It's a really great technique that they put in there. I mean, I'm really glad they have more matches. They even have the tournament, which I wasn't one of my favorite things, which is one of my favorite things. We have the Gold Rush King of the Ring and the tag team uh, championship ones. And look, I mean, the one thing I have to say about this game is really makes up a lot of it by its roster. The roster is what makes it great. I mean, you have from a lot from Stone Cold, so Titus, Triple H, Tyler Breeze, Tyson Kidd, Undertaker, Warrior, those the Ascension guys, William Regal, Adam Rose, Andre the Giant, Bad News Barrett, Batista, Big E, Big Show, all those guys. You have a great roster in here. Jericho, Bryan, Edge, Christian, Finn Balor, which is great. I think everybody wants to really play Finn Balor and Kevin Owens. You haven't had JBL. One thing I have to say that's really cool is that you right off the start don't need to buy the accelerator or even the season pass if you really just want the rosters. You have a great roster because mostly the season pass is gonna get you for down the road roster. Hopefully we get Samoa Joe. Even Rhino. Uh, the accelerator, the season pass, we're just gonna give you the unlockables attitude era kind of people like Billy Gunn, X Pac, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker old costumes and whatnot or creation. We didn't have really great roster here. I think that's what makes up from the last one. I it's a ball playing with all these rosters. I mean, when I could make Kevin Nash versus Kevin Owens, phenomenal. That's entertaining. That's pure fantasy. As the match play goes, is very technical. The whole game, out of every WWE game, this is the most technical one, which the reversals are limited, and which is cool because you can actually switch that if you want the reversals to be limited. You can actually switch that, but if your wrestler is more of a heavy wrestler, more of a no, not more of a heavy wrestler is going to be carrying people, slamming down. The reversal is very limited, but if your wrestler is more tactical, you have a lot more reversals and nothing will be that limited. That's really one the coolest thing I actually liked about it. That it's cool. It's very technical. One of the biggest things I have to say is that don't ever think that you're gonna be able to pin a superstar with one finisher and a signature. You're gonna have to do a double, even the third time, because some of these, if you have a wrestler that has lower momentum of like overall the 89, the 90 momentum, and in fact you find another wrestler that has a high momentum, you're gonna probably need up to three finishers or even signatures to able to pin them because as soon as he gets to 2 count, they kick out. What makes it hard for us as the players is the minigame to kick out because it keeps going in circles until you get the highlighted green, and once that gets there, it's really hard to do. It's really hard because if you're not on that close to get it, you're just automatically gonna get pinned and you're gonna lose the match. The other mini game that's really difficult is the submission one. The submission one is really difficult because the fact that you spend time trying to get pretty much just the opponent's is blue and you're the red. You have to mix them in, but they go in circles and circles. You have to land them in together, and it makes it hard because sometimes you try and go one way, the other one goes the other way, then has a boost so you could land it right. But if you are too late, you're gonna tap out, and you're gonna lose the match. It's really hard and very technical, but that's what I really like about it. It's very challenging in a way. Because even if you go on easy mode, it's really challenging. And that's really great. That's really cool. That's really cool thing to do about it. Cons for the game really is just I noticed that Batista in this game, or even Kevin Nash, or even someone like or downloadable characters from like Edge to Christian, is exactly the same as the 2K15 characters. Like, there's nothing new addition. Like, it just looks like they copy and paste them in there, and it's okay. I mean, yeah, I mean they're not in the roster anymore, but still, you could have changed it up. You could have added them like a fake costume that they would have, or a costume that was famous that we saw in their matches when they were on the roster. I think that would have been cool, but they didn't add that, so that was kind of like the biggest thing that I really thought was kind of let down. Another letdown I have to say is that actually the game is really on edge, being a not perfect wrestling game, but really the most entertaining wrestling game in a while. Because one of the biggest problems that 2K15 has that it always felt like a demo, it always felt like a beta test to this one. Even though this one still has some problems that you kind of wish it would have had more. 2K15 just had a little roster, had no mini games were okay, but it really had no not much to do. I mean, it just really has a I don't know, it's really had some things that it's never felt completed. And this one feels like a proper next gen wrestling game, and I think it's entertaining for that. I still haven't played the showcase. Mostly this showcase last year, 15 showcase with CM Punk and John Cena and Shawn Michaels and Triple H. This showcase is all of Steve Austin careers, every way from the first match from WWE all the way to I think the WrestleMania with Brock Lesnar. I believe that's how it ends, or it might end with the Rock with the Dwayne Johnson match. I mean, my career. The one thing I haven't even tried in my career because I barely got the game. I heard it was really late. Like you could go on for weeks and months in NXT until you get into the main roster, which is pretty cool because if you have that, one of the biggest thing I have to request that I which I want to get back is a general manager mode from the SmackDown vs. Raw '06 because that one's really cool. It makes you feel like how a book matches and makes the fantasy. It makes them feel like especially now that we live in the era of fantasy football, this would be great as fantasy general manager. It would be a great addition to it because everybody into that nowadays than it was a couple years earlier. But I mean, it's a game. I mean, as a verdict for the game, I just really have to say, it's really entertaining. It's really, if you're a wrestling fan, it's entertaining for you. It is technical. It's very strategy. You have to do a lot of strategy in the game, but that's why it really makes it entertaining because you're a wrestling fan. You get that emotion feeling like, oh, he didn't tap out, he kicked out, all those things. It makes it like they even have cutscenes to the audience, which makes it more entertaining. The only thing I have to say is more is that I really say if you haven't played 2K15 and you want to jump into 2K16, it's really good to as a head start because it's you get more into the realm. But for us that whoever played 15 jump into 16, it's very weird because there are some law things that are different. Mostly like the technical stuff, the reversals are more difficult, submissions are more difficult. All those things is very more different than the last one. And I really have to give props for that because it makes it more of an interesting game when you want to keep playing it. And that's all I would have to say about WWE 2K16. I would have to say it's just entertaining if you're a wrestling fan. If you want to jump ahead, if you never played the 2K15, it's a good head start for it. Love the roster, love the matches that they put, the simulations, all that. It's really entertaining. The best rosters I've seen in a while in any of these wrestling games. That's all I really have to say. I mean, as a con, I really have to say that there were some things here and there. It's just nitpicking, but it's not a perfect game, but it's a pretty okay, enjoyable wrestling game that will last. Hopefully, next year, the 17 makes it make probably be the better one. That's all I have to really say about WWE 2K16. And if you guys like my reviews, if you guys you guys go ahead and like and follow my reviews on YouTube, even on SoundCloud for my movies. You could go ahead and listen to the audio reviews, same video reviews on audio on SoundCloud if you want to do that for my movie reviews. This one's be specifically for you guys on YouTube. So gameplay of 2K16. I play all these gameplay. I just didn't have time. I had time to just record it and just do voiceovers, but I'm doing a video for it. All these gameplays that you see on the video, all my gameplays. Hope you guys like my reviews. Hope you guys follow. Hope you guys have a great Halloween also. Bye, everybody.
To be honest, walking into this arena earlier today and seeing that unforgiving steel structure hanging high above the ring. Here's the cover. Man, Jericho. Looks like Edge's night has come to an abrupt